Hi everyone, it's Tuesday the 28th of April and we're doing our review as it's blog 21. I just want to say how important it is to just quickly go through the sort of final, the points made in the last 10 blogs, but tomorrow is going to be quite exciting. We're going to look at, having gone into week 5 of lockdown, we're going to go and think about what we've actually learnt from lockdown. So, there's some amazing things that we may have learnt about ourselves, about working at home, about being more with our families, all those sorts of things, about not being able to go shopping, who knows. But let's first of all look at the review, which I shall quickly go through and refer you to each chapter of the book, Grit Not Shit, which is in my website, free to download as a PDF. That's crisisadvice.co.uk, crisisadvice.co.uk. And of course, it's Pam Steele here, talking on this rather rainy day, but you know what, the garden needs it. And I actually need to get on with some admin, and you can't do admin on a sunny day. So at last, I'll be able to get back to paying a few bills and sorting my admin out. So anyway, we did the review on blog 11. So going on to blog 12, we were looking at mental resilience and how important sleep is. How good it is in terms of, if you get enough sleep, in terms of repairing our bodies, in terms of growth, in terms of processing all our emotions and thoughts of the day, and of course in terms of appetite control. And then how bad it is if you don't get enough sleep, in terms of lack of concentration, being rather too emotional, eating more, and generally not having such good health. So that's how important sleep is, and I hope you're getting enough now. Laughter, we went on to laughter, all those silly things about laughter. Remember my lovely, where is he? My lovely, which is now a firm part of my kangaroo, helped us out with laughter and how important laughter is for boosting all those healthy hormones, a bit like exercise, and how it increases our immunity. And do you remember that I said that there was 300 times a day that children laughed? And by the time we get to adults, it's barely 15 to 20 times, if that. And then there was that lovely poem, Smiling is infectious. Let's start an epidemic and get the world infected. With smiling, not with a virus. Anyway, we went on blog 14 to continue how to develop mental resilience and all those things we were doing, like laughter, clapping for the NHS, developing and finding our passionate hobbies, exercise, listening to wonderful talks like TED Talks, learning new skills, a language or an instrument, and even making masks. So that was blog 14, which we were talking, when we talk about mental resilience, that's on chapter 6. And then we went on to chapter 8, thinking about emotional resilience. So we thought about self-awareness. When are we fearful? When are we sad? Anger? When can we laugh? When do we feel frustrated? So being self-aware is an important part of mental resilience, but also thinking about the source of our emotions, which is our amygdala, and that emotional energy, then interpreted by our thoughts, can give meaning to those emotions. And if we're not in touch with that, then we're not self-aware. And self-belief, are you a doubter or are you a believer? Are you a glass half full or are you a glass half empty? And how important and courageous it is to start looking at the positives all the time, acting positive, thinking positive. And, as the Dalai Lama says, daring to become happy. You can actually think and act happy, or you can think and act suffering. It's up to you. But if you're thinking and acting happy, then this boosts your healthy hormones. And then in blog 18, we went on to talk about healthy eating, and that was in chapter 7, and also quite a lot in the notes under chapters 4 and 7, and the notes at the back of the book. But basically thinking about eating delicious, nutritious, fresh, natural and colourful food, with portions being limited on your plate size to just whatever your open hands are, and don't make them like that, like this. So, with protein on one side and your carbohydrates on the other. But also drinking more water, pure water, rather than those with alcohol in, and other chemicals like squashes and fizzy drinks and all those sort of things. So, and how important it is to have a daily log, which makes us honestly write down what our various foods are. So then we finished off in blog 19 with a few comments from Mo Gordak about God's way of grounding us so we can reflect on our bad behaviour, not wasting energy on negatives and misery, but instead activating that energy in terms of helping others, and acceptance being the key to happiness. And then finally in chapter 20, we looked on to whether you're a resistor, a sufferer, or an acceptor. And 48% of us, thank goodness, are acceptors, 44% sufferers, and 8%, usually the younger population, that are the resistors, wanting to flout all those rules and everything. So as I said, tomorrow we're going to go and look at what we may have learnt from lockdown. So think about that for yourselves. Enjoy the rain. Think about how wonderful that is for nature. It's been far too dry lately, although rather nice. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye.